fantastic. We owe much to labor over the years for our parents and grandparents, getting them decent wages and decent living, working conditions, and they continue to work on behalf of working people around Brunswick and across Canada. So I'll introduce Patrick Murray from Unifor.
Thank you very much. First off, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Green Party as well as Transport Atlantic for inviting us out to this most important demonstration to show the importance of passenger rail service in New Brunswick. I want to talk about a few things. First of all, I'd like to talk about the federal government and the gross underfunding that they're providing Via Rail. For example's sake, last year Via Rail was given $291 million to operate. This year, $144 million. If they couldn't operate on $291 million, how do we expect them to report on and run on $144 million? It's just unacceptable. Unacceptable to say the least. So we all know what that leads to is cuts, cuts, and more cuts. It's financially being starved. While every other country in the world is investing in passenger rail service, Canada is doing the opposite. And cut and cut and cut. Shame on you, Stephen Harper, and the Conservative government for allowing this to happen. Shame. Is the all-work government in regards to giving $25 million to Sienna, a private company. Good to see that they're investing this amount of money into business. However, with that being said, it's hard to believe that they're going to give $25 million to a private company that is making billions upon billions every year. Unreal. And thus eliminating 70 kilometers of track between Miramichi and Bathurst. How sad is this? What kind of message are we delivering to the people of northern New Brunswick? What kind of message are we delivering to them when we're telling them that essentially they're going to have to drive their cars to their destinations in the harsh winters of New Brunswick? What kind of message is this giving them? Ultimately, we're putting lives at risk. And what we're doing at the same time is isolating communities. How sad is this? Brutal. And MP Moore, what a joke that is. What a joke that is. Mr. MP Moore making statements that the federal government has invested $1 billion into Via Rail. The question we have for you, Mr. Moore, is how much has that come to the maritime? Not one penny. So you talk about promoting the ocean, you talk about marketing the ocean, you haven't done a good enough job. So what we're going to see with you, Mr. Moore, in the next federal election as an MP, is you're going to be unemployed. Unemployed. That's the message that we're going to deliver to everybody. Unemployed. Public service, and we'll make sure you're unemployed. We'll do a campaign just on that, Mr. Moore. So make our message crystal clear here, my friend, is that you're going to be unemployed. Bye-bye, Mr. Moore. We'll see you later. So I'm just going to leave you with this message, is that passenger rail transportation was never brought into Canada as a money-making business entity. It was to provide a service to Canadians. And what's going to happen to that service? If the elimination of the ocean is gone, it'll never come back. So just my philosophy in closing on the federal government as the way it exists today is if it doesn't make dollars, it makes no sense. All on the backs of workers. Shame Mr. Harper, shame federal government, shame provincial government. People, write the MLAs, write the mayors, write the MPs, write the responders, tell them how important passenger rail service is to New Brunswick and the Maritimes. Once it's gone, brothers and sisters and citizens of New Brunswick, it's not coming back. So let's fight like hell. Let's fight. Thank you. Thank you very much. If I can get everybody to go outside and show their support for the employees of Via Rail as well as the citizens, that we want the ocean to run. We don't want it 3 days a week, we want it back 6 and 7 days a week. Via Rail talks about revenue and ridership. How are they supposed to get revenue and ridership in the event that they don't have a service? So let's see what we can do in regards to that. Thank you very much, people. Let's go and support the employees and show them we need Via Rail. Thank you.
Now it's my distinct pleasure, to present Bruce Hire, the MP for Thunderbird, Superior North, and the Deputy Leader of the Green Party of Canada. Bruce Hire just got off the train. Bruce, please come to the mic.
Thank you for the wonderful welcome from Unifor, from Dave Coon from the Green Party of New Brunswick. Sorry, Dave. I got on at 11 a.m. today at Halifax. It's a great pleasure to ride that train. I love and love and love. Am I supposed to be?
ICR! That's what brought us into Canada!
Very good, very good.
Don't forget that.
So it's great to see so many of you out here. We need Via Rail. Everybody in this room knows it. Canada needs it. The environment needs it. You may or may not know that it was a condition of the British North America Act for us to become a country that there be coast-to-coast rail service. So back in, it was 1990, we had a 74% cut in funding. That was brutal. In the last 2 years, we've had a 62% cut in funding to Via Rail. Why is it that when we subsidize roads, bridges, cars, we call it an investment? And why is it when we talk about investing in rail for the environment, for seniors, for students, for people who really need this train, for rural areas, we call it a subsidy? Well, as we know, I think most of you in this room know, if there are any conservatives here, sorry about that, but the Conservative Party just does not care about Canadians. It does not care about rail. Next it will be healthcare, education, the list goes on. We have a government here that cares about large multinational corporations and wants to privatize all of the services that help us cherish the country that we live in. So thank you for coming out today. I'm going to do everything I can. I have a question for you. Where are your MLAs? Where are your other MPs? Where are your conservative MPs? You know, it's Sunday. They must be in church because those conservative MPs are sure all as quiet as church mice. All right. All right. So, is there anybody else that wants to come up and have a word? This is your chance to speak up for Via Rail.